Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to have a look at the TFV4 Mini by SMOK. It's very similar to the TFV4, just a scaled down version. Very nice packaging, similar to the TFV4. Here on the side, it tells you the coils that you will be getting with this kit. You're going to get a dual Clapton coil, a sextuple Clapton coil, and a rebuildable section. It's great for these guys to add the rebuildable section. As you know, some of the other sub tanks out there, you have to purchase that separate, so it's great to have that option included. You'll also get a spare glass, some silicone rings, vape bands, screwdrivers, etc., which we'll look at once we get in there. This is a 22 millimeter device. Juice capacity is 3.5 milliliters. It's got a list there of the coils and the parts that you'll get. So let's open this up and have a look. When you open it, you got a nice little black box here, SMOK on top. And there is your tank. We'll set that aside for a minute. Look and see what else is inside. So we've got a little pamphlet here, basically an instruction manual. Tells you how to take it apart, how to fill it, tells you about the airflow control, rebuildable section, talks about the Clapton coils there, how to position your coils, wick them. You also get this little pamphlet here, and this is pretty much a list of all of the coils that you can purchase for this tank. As you can see here, you've got some Canthal coils, another Canthal coil there. Getting into your nickel coils, titanium, stainless steel, and then your rebuildable section. Now with this tank, as I stated earlier, you'll get a a dual Clapton, a sextuple Clapton, and the rebuildable section. Get a little bag of cotton with it. Here's your spare parts. You've got some red O-rings, clear O-rings, some of the cats for the top fill, which I'll show you in a minute. You also get this little piece here. That can be used in the rebuildable section. You can stick that in the airflow hole, and it will restrict your airflow, make it similar to something like a K-Fun, just a tighter draw on it. But you just pop that right in the rebuildable section. You can take these little red O-rings, and as you can see on the tank now, you've got a black O-ring here, black here. You can swap those out with a red to add a little color to it if you choose to. So nice little added feature there. You also get your QC card. Inside the box, you get the little black screwdriver. You get two vape bands, one red, one black. Not sure if it's different with the stainless steel model, but in the black version, it's red and black. Your replacement glass. Now this is the sextuple coil. As you can see, this coil is rated at 0.4, 30 to 100 watts. If you look off in there, you can see 3 chambers. Each chamber has a dual parallel Claptons built in. You probably can't see down in there, but it's parallel Claptons in all three of those chambers. These coils are humongous. Just to compare it to the to another coil I've got laying here, you can see the difference. Huge coils. You also get the dual Clapton coil. This is dual Clapton. It's 0.35 ohm, 30 to 90 watts. There's your juice flow. It's got 4 slots on both sides. Big airflow holes on the bottom of the coil. And again, no, you probably can't see down in. I've been using this one, so it's full of juice, but it's a dual Clapton in this coil as well. So let's get this out of the way and have a look at the tank. So similar to the TFV4, it's got the swivel top for to fill your tank. It's a little drip tip on here. The drip tip itself has airflow control, as you can see. You can open it up, close it off. Myself, I prefer to run this closed off. Any of the drip tips that have airflow just in the drip tip, I like to close them off. It just seems to mute the flavor for me. But as you can see, it's a unique design. It's got a little glass center space between the glass and the actual drip tip that will come in contact with your mouth. So keeps it from getting too hot, burning your lips. You can also unscrew this piece if you need to clean it. You can take it apart like that, clean your glass out. Let's put it back together. Very neat concept, but like I said, myself, I run it closed off. Got 2 little O-rings. Fits nice and snug in the tank. So, bottom of the tank, of course, you've got the TFV4 Mini designed by SMOK. Your serial number there. Top fill, as I stated earlier, similar to the TFV4. Just swing it open. That's how you fill it up. A little juice hole here. I found that, if you place your dropper in one of the corners there, slowly squeeze it out, you won't have any issues. It'll let the air escape. If you stick your dropper in there, though, and just start squeezing, you may have some come back out on you. So just take your time when filling it up. You shouldn't have any issues. I have seen in some other videos, some guys have mentioned leaking at the top up here. Their fix for that was just to trim off that lip. If you can see that lip right there on the silicone, they just trim that off, and that fixed it. I haven't had any leaking from the top, so I can't really speak on that much. Rest of the tank, just like any other tank, twist it from the bottom, pops apart like that. Pull your glass apart, cleaning or to replace it. Top of the chimney here has threads. It threads into the top of whichever coil you may be using. This is the rebuildable section on here right now. Let's set those to the side. So your base, if you've seen one base, you've seen them all, but this is pretty clean. Threading's nice and smooth, no issues there. Your airflow control, you've got 4 slots around the base of the tank. Airflow ring, nice and smooth. However you set one hole, you close one hole halfway off. Of course, the rest of the holes will be closed halfway off. A lot of people love the fact that this is included. Like I stated earlier, for a lot of these tanks, you have to go out and purchase this separate. So it's a nice thing for them to throw this in with the kit. So as you can see, huge juice flow channels on both sides. Nice little O-ring there. So just twist this top off and you expose your deck. And this is where the little plug comes into play that I talked about earlier. You can place that plug in there, tighten up your airflow, make it more of a restrictive draw. Very, very nice deck. This came with a pre-built Clapton coil, pre-installed. I have built on it and replaced that coil since then. So as you can see, nice big juice channels there. When you build this, build your coil on, just lay your cotton down in there. Fill up those holes, and it's a very nice rebuildable deck. No issues out of it. Just put everything back together. And one thing I want to mention about this tank is it guzzles juice. It's unlike any other sub tank I've had. It seems like I'm filling this one up twice as much as any of my other sub tanks. So be aware of that. It does drink the juice. Maybe in part, like I showed you earlier. I mean, look at this coil, how deep it is in there, how much cotton has to be wicked. These 4 wick holes on both sides. That's probably got a lot to do with the juice that it drinks. Like the one I showed earlier. I mean, look at the difference in the depth. So of course it's going to absorb more juice into that cotton. So just be aware of that. It's a juice guzzler. But other than that, it's a great tank. I've enjoyed it. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. Only issue I have with it, and it's the same with any tank, once you fill it 5-6 times, you will start getting juice, down here around your airflow control. It'll start leaking out. That's basically the same thing that's going to happen with any sub tank after filling it several times. No matter if it's top fill or not, it's going to leak. You're going to get some condensation down there that builds up. I usually, every 3 or 4 times I fill it up, I'll wipe it off with a wet paper towel or something and clean it up. But other than that, it's been a great tank. Highly recommend it. Like I said, it's purchased through my local vape shop for about $45. You can find them online from $45 to $50, $55. So definitely worth looking at. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you.